So any standout players here in this week's edition of Thursday Night Football?
Yeah, Mitch Quinn at inside. Yeah, he did a good job. He's doing a real good job. He's traveling and doing some good things. He's tough. So yeah, it's been good.
And then Brandon Arconato, he doubled his career reception totals from last week. Right. But at what point do you think Brandon kind of took a turn from being on the fringe of your inside receivers to actually being a part of that group in the rotation?
No, that's a good question. I think sometimes it was Thursday Night Football. For him, he's always had really good ball skills and athletic. It was just kind of some consistency issues. Kyle Sweet was really, really consistent. He'd always catch the ball on punt, and stuff like that. So that was all that was kind of missing, and he's just really put it all together starting last spring. Real confident, good special teams player. It's kind of come, I don't know if I want to say full circle, but again, JUCO, walk on, he's kind of seen it and done it all. So he's just playing a lot of confidence.
Yeah, it seemed last week CJ was kind of the odd man out, so many targets. It's kind of hard to get everyone the ball. And then last year it was kind of Bernard Bell was kind of the guy who didn't get the love early on. With that in mind, do you think it kind of requires thick skin to play receiver here in that kind of sense where, every receiver wants the ball, but they don't always get it?
Yeah, we got pretty unselfish guys, but we kind of talk about, all right, hey, you might get one, and because we spread it so much, you might not get one for another quarter. So when you get it, let's do something with it. Once you get it, now let's be selfish, be smart. But so we kind of have that mentality, and they're happy for each other. So it's cool because it's a pretty good group of guys.
And then speaking of those ex-receivers, Leach had talked how that the rotation, that's still kind of an ongoing process. Are you part of that decision-making at all, or
not really. I just try to worry about my guys, at H&Y. So
are you kind of glad that you aren't a part of that decision? That seems one of the tougher decisions.
The more good players I could get, the better. You know what I mean? That's for sure. I wish I could decide between 10 awesome players, but yeah, no, my guys, they kind of are who they are, and we know who they are. So.
Yeah. And what has stood out about Northern Colorado on film to you?
Yeah, just kind of playing hard. And then they've got some guys, a lot of guys on the back end that we'll go against are really good special teams players, which usually means they're more athletic than you might think or give them credit for. So, it'll be interesting with us. You never know what guys are going to play, so we got to kind of be ready for every coverage. So it'll be interesting.
And then one of your guys, Billy Postil, he Colorado native. Has he kind of vocalized any relationships that he has with players on Northern Colorado? Is he particularly excited for it at all?
He hasn't one time. He's recovering and he's in the training room a lot right now. So haven't talked about it.
Yeah. So the NFL's first game kicks off today, and in the spirit of the NFL, I'm curious who was your childhood team, and then who was your favorite player as well?
Well, my childhood, college, and adulthood, it's the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Favorite player, like ever or currently?
Growing up, who was the favorite?
Wow, that's Aikman, Troy, and so it's kind of hard to beat those
and then once you got in your coaching career, did with kind of a different perspective, did you go back and look and say, man, that guy never got enough credit for what he did or anything like that?
Yeah, no, there was a bunch of the receivers, back in the 90s other than Irvin and stuff like that. But, it's cool being in coaching because then you start to have some guys you know of and that were at your school or that maybe even you coached. So those obviously become your favorite players.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Coach.